Well, y'all, what's going on? This is going to be an update 25, I think it is, on my layout. Um, Everything seems to be doing good. Let's see, where can I start? Let's see here. As you can see, sorry, from my lift out right here, I've got my turnout that's starting about a half inch inside, about a half inch inside of the actual work itself. And you can see my boards, these are not screwed in yet. I just got it sitting here resting, but they'll go on it, and I'll show you the underneath here in a minute. But this is module 2 and 3, and 1 is right there. I got 4 downstairs that I'm working on right now, and I wanted to show you this right here, where I've got my track all laid out, coming around, going like it needs to be. Of course, it looks crooked on the camera because I'm actually rubbing against this the backdrop with my tablet that I'm using to record, but I've made sure 100% everything looks nice and smooth, and I've also tested it. Ooh, car, sorry. But I've actually tested it. Ain't working right, and I'm just playing. Not pushing it hard enough. So I've tested every single thing. And all that stuff. Now over here, with my 2 pieces of joint, I'm not done yet. That's why it ran off the track a minute ago. That was my fault again. Lord have mercy. But now what's going on is I still got to glue this piece right here. And I got to put my rail joiners in and all that good stuff. Tag it down. I got to screw this down, because right now I've just got it sitting in there. At least this whole entire section right here is not screwed. But my module 1 is screwed. You can actually see where I've got a temporary screw. I need to do another one all the way down. Got to put this in, screw it down. So on like that right there. And module 2, try to get underneath where you can see I've got my wires soldered, coming up, making everything look nice and neat. The brown wires, where am I at? There's a brown wire here. Oh, right here. This brown wire goes to my frog, and when I do my turnout motor, cobalt, because that's the way I'm thinking I'm going, I do my cobalt, that right there is going to go directly to it, and then my cobalt will tie into the bus wires underneath, and I can actually solder them where my locations are underneath right there. I'm actually solder them to the terminals. Other than that, like I said, I still got to screw this down. I don't have none of this mounted where it needs to be at yet. I'm just got it up here and test it out and see if there's anything I need to take care of before I physically put it down. And then when I'm ready to put it down, before I put it down, I'm going to flip it over, do my turnout instead of laying on my back doing it, although I could do that too. But I'm going to go up there and do my switch motors, have all that done. It makes it easier, so if anything needs to be worked on, I can pull my section up and work on it. You can see with this bus feed, this is actual number 12, THHN number 12. I can get it off the job all day long, save my scraps for where I pull through my conduit and everything, and I'll be able to use it through my layout. But now if you see this right here, terminal block, this wire will actually go to the bottom of that, and I might do the bulb was like the was it 1156 or something like that, bulb or lamp for your car. So if there's a short on this, it will glow here. So I will know. I might even bring it and mount it out here underneath where I can actually see it, so I can see where there's a short at. But I'm still working on my module 4. It goes from that point to this point. Like I said, y'all saw the video, a little small 5-minute, 6-minute video that I did yesterday on that. And as you see, it looks like ballast. That's not glued down. I was doing a little test, which I'm going to show you that in a minute. But over here, what I'm going to do is my piece that comes out for the one that goes around comes this way. This will be a separate piece of board coming around, and I think it's going to actually start where my turnout ends at, or it might go back where I'll have 2 of them. I'm not sure how I'm going to do it just yet, but I might go up this far and have these 2, then the turnout, and then the section, sorry for all the motion, for the section that comes around on the 24-inch radius. And then this piece, you can kind of see where I drew a pencil mark or a magic marker. That will be its own piece of board compared to where I'm here. And that's why I stopped my marks here, because I'm not sure if I'm going to continue on or just start the one section past the turnout. I might even go before, that way I can allow for my turnout and everything else like that to work. But this section that we're talking about is actually right here, for here. But I want to make this one piece out of one piece of plywood coming around, instead of having a joint, which I could probably still have a joint in the middle, but I prefer to have this one whole section on one piece of board. That's my goal. And then I could do the styrofoam base and everything like that for the buildings to sit on. I still got on my module 4, these are here, these 4 tracks, 4 will actually be on this piece, and then the other ones will curve around, go into a tunnel, and then before it's all over with, I'll make sure all this is still straight. Like I said, it's just sitting up here right now. It ain't tacked like this right here is, to hold it in position so I can mark it. But as you see, this is module 4. Sorry, module 1. My bad, module 1. And now let's get over here to the gravel. As you know, I was able to get a lot of gravel. I want to sift through it. And get the real small ones out and use it as my ballast. I've actually got this jug, and I've got some bags and stuff like that sitting over there, like 7-8 bags or whatever, 9 bags. But this is just an overall look of what it might look like. Like I said, I still got to smooth it out. I just put this in here this morning to see what it's going to look like. And like I said, it's not glued down. I still got to vacuum it out and do all good stuff to it. But as you can see, get focus. It's not perfect yet, but that's the goal that I'm gonna look for, I think. And I end up getting this rocks off of a commercial building, just sitting in piles and piles up there. I guess where the wind just blew it in a corner and it couldn't go nowhere else. So that's what I end up getting. I'm trying to get it so you can see both sides. Like I said, I still gotta get the brushes and all that and smooth it out and be able to glue it down and all that good stuff. And underneath, you can see where I got my white, which is my negative, and my orange is my positive, going up, feeding my tracks. These are the wires are soldered, and then actually these wires are only like 18 gauge. Was it TFFN, I believe it's called. So the insulation looks thicker than, here we go, looks thicker than the actual wire itself. The wires are real small, it's just the insulation is thicker. But as you see, I've got it soldered, made everything look clean, and I'll do a video on my module 4 of how I end up doing it, so you can get a better picture of the underneath. Here's another brown wire for the cobalt motor for this turnout. You can kind of see what I did. Glued the blocks, which is basically like a little 2-inch by 2-inch block, to the base. And then these things are here, these little clips has got adhesive on them, but I just put one screw to help hold it in there. And brought my wires to it after I wrapped my wires. Brought them to it to make it look nice and clean. Let's see if I can get a kind of underneath look. So it makes it easier to trace out my wires and all that good stuff, to know exactly where they're going. And these are actually soldered. My wires are soldered to the rails. This side right here was actually soldered underneath the rails. This right here, some of them was soldered underneath the rails, some of them was soldered to the side of the rails. My module 4, I end up soldering them to the rail joiners. I think I'm going to do that right there and solder them to the bottom of the track. But if I actually soldered the rail, the wire to the joiners, and solder the joiner to the track, that should still make a good connection So that's also a good way to do it too. But just want to give you a visual of what it looks like right now. We're being set up about 2 inches. The blocks right here, which these are the blocks I'm talking about, 2 inches by 4, and they just sit like that. I end up putting a screw in here, and that holds it up to the base, and then these are actually holding it to the actual bench work itself and to the sub bed, 3/4 plywood. You can see where my lines here line up with the lines down here, because I laid this down on here first, traced everything out so I know where everything was going to be at. And if you remember, underneath I actually did kind of a green line showing the way my track is going and all that good stuff. And then remember, this right here is going to have the plastic rail joiners in it, because this section right here is going to be a different track feed compared to this. This circuit, you can say, starts from here and goes to right about where this right here starts at, down there underneath the tunnel, just past the tunnel. That's one circuit, and then from here around over to the other side, and it actually stops behind this trash can, which is from my saltwater aquarium, making salt water. You can actually see the tracks, the train back there, the G train. Where the turnout's going to be, where the lift out's going to be, is one section. And from the lift out this way is going to be a different circuit. Excuse the mess, but all that right there is going to be a different circuit. And then inside back there, where my yard is going to be, my staging yard, is going to be a different circuit too. So as you can see, I've already got my bus for wires ran for that, and it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sets of bus wires, or sections, I pretty much can say. And these will eventually tie to my DCC Digitrack system, which that should be sitting right in this area right here somewhere. But that's enough for me running my mouth. I'm going on almost 19 minutes, 20 minutes, but I wanted to give y'all a view of what's been done so far. And when it comes time to do trees and stuff like that, I can actually drill into my 3/4 plywood, a little small hole, and glue the tree to it, or I can just have them sitting in there so I can always take them off to service this. But everything else will be foam. Sorry about that. Everything else will be foam. So that's enough of me running my mouth. Hope you enjoy it. Please comment, share, like, and all that good stuff. And be safe out there. Until next time, see ya.